working hard in this business since probably about January. And it took me really 8 months to just really get things going because I'm in Seattle and I'm not from here. So I have no foundation, no base, no nothing. And it's one of the most competitive markets in the country. And last week I had 2 deals close. And then, or sorry, the week before I had 2 deals closed, my first listing, and then it was a sell and buy. And then this week I got 2 under contract. So that's like 2.8 million in 2 weeks. And I might get another one tonight.
And Sean could say, what's that called?
Winning.
All right. We got time for 1 or 2 more. Somebody else.
No paycheck.
Very good. Somebody go. We got 1 or 2 more. Let's hear about 1 or 2 more. What was your production? How did you do? Did you get a listing? Did you get a sell? Somebody.
I did. So I'll go. My name's Deonye. So I got a 12-unit apartment building listing that I've been working on for some time. Buyers that I have met from a referral. We looked at properties last Monday. We went under contract on Tuesday. So we'll be closing them out very soon. So.
Wow.
Congratulations.
And that is what?
Winning.
Winning. All right, 1 more. Come on. Something good that happened this week, something, dynamic. Tell me something that happened. I'll tell you what Sean says. I am real comfortable with silence.
I closed one on Friday and got a double-sided listing closing today.
Wow. That's really good. Really good. All right. Well, good job, everybody. Oh, by the way, what is that? What is that, Thomas? I got to ask.
That is winning.
That is winning. No doubt about it. So anybody else really amped to tell us anything else? Going once? Going twice? Sold. Okay. All right. We're going to be talking about today. Again, we are going to continue with the pyramid. Okay. We talked last week about the pyramid. We talked about, and if you remember it, and if you're somewhere where you have a pen and paper and you want to draw the pyramid and draw a line down at the bottom, we talked about foundation last week. Okay. He said we were going to continue to talk on up the pyramid. We talked about foundation. Do anybody know the 4 elements in the foundation? Could you give me 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them? Somebody let me know.
Education.
Okay. We'll call that knowledge. Okay. We'll call that knowledge, education, knowledge. Okay. Got that. Somebody else. You forgot that quick. Then all of you need to one. If you cannot tell me what it is, you've got to sign up for the next accelerated breakthrough class today. He should put that over there in the chat, and they've got to sign up for that today. It'll be on the 24th of October. Okay. Foundation or education, knowledge. Well, that's knowledge, right? Knowledge. Mindset. That falls into, some different things in LPs, all those type of things. I'm getting ready to teach the accelerated breakthrough class right after this one. And today is about embedded commands, NLP patterns, tie downs, those type of things that we're going to be learning in that class. How about skills and habits? Okay. So it's knowledge, mindset, skills, and habits that get you to double and triple and quadruple your business. All right. So those are the 4 things that really make up the foundation of your business, Guys, I got to tell you that if you need to memorize that: knowledge, mindset, skills, and habits. Knowledge, mindset, skills, and habits. Because again, those are the 4 things that really make up the foundation. Now we're going to go up 1 level. We're going to be talking about the pipeline today. Okay. So if you want to take your pyramid, draw another line and put pipeline, make sure you do that, because we've already talked about the foundation last week. Let's talk about this pipeline now. This is a mastermind. Now, I believe, Sean talks longer than I want him to talk. So I'm not going to talk longer than you want me to talk. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to ask you about it. I'm going to throw out something there just to see what your thoughts are on it. Because in the pipeline, you've got to build. It's the same thing as a database. That's what it is. I mean, it's a pipeline. It's a database. It's a database. It's a pipeline. And I'm a believer that if you can take this pyramid and turn it upside down, it's a funnel. Okay, then it's a funnel. I believe your database is a funnel, because the bottom line is that you want down at the bottom of the funnel, you want a listing in a cell. That's what you want. That's what you want out of your database, is for them to fall all the way down. But what you got to understand is when you pour them into the top of the funnel, the people, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. When you pour the people in the top of the funnel, put them into the database, they don't go all the way down to the bottom and come out. There's a sifter. There's 2 or 3 sifters inside of the funnel, so they land on the top sifter. You got to do something else with them. You got to ask a question. You got to say something to them for a certain percentage of them to fall down to the next sifter. And then you got to do something else with those folks that fell down to the next sifter to go down to the next sifter. And then the next sifter till 2 or 3 come out the bottom of the funnel. Okay. So what I want to talk today to you is, how do you fill up the pipeline? What is it? How do you do that? How do you fill that up? And I want to talk about leads. Okay. What is a lead? And I'm going to give not a definition. I'm going to tell you what I hear so much from most realtors. Okay. From most realtors. And here's what I hear. That's a crappy lead. I got a crappy lead. I got these crappy leads over here. Yeah, this is a crappy lead over here. What I'd like to know, what the heck is a crappy lead? See, a crappy lead to most people is they're not buying and selling right now. And I'm going to ask you to change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change. I submit to every one of you, and you can certainly disagree with me, okay? That's what a mastermind sometimes is, or they add to, or they talk about the opposite side of the coin. It's not so much a disagreement. You just think a different way. Okay. But I think the only crappy lead that exists in this whole world is a lead that you only have a name, and you have no phone number, and you have no email address, and no real way to find out who this person is. That, my friend, is a crappy lead. Okay. Everything else that has a phone number or an email address has the potential. I don't care if you got it from the internet and they say, "Oh crap, man, I'm not doing anything for about 2 or 3 years." I heard this just this week from 2 or 3 people. Oh, that's crappy lead. That was the word crappy. So you can use another word. Again, that, and I'm like, could that person, you got their number and email address, and if you do the right things in your CRM, if you do the right, drops into them and the right things, what am I trying to say there? What was I trying to say right then? What am I trying to say, Paula? Again,
honestly, I was sending someone to sign up for AB. So
see, this is what I'm talking about.
Talking about the sifter.
Drip campaign. Drip campaign. Okay. Geez, somebody could have given me that answer. If you do the correct drip campaign, my question is, all these leads that are far out, could they, and everybody in your database, could everybody in your database give you a referral? Could they? I'm asking, is it a possibility that they could give you a referral? Then they're not crappy leads. We're not doing the job to pull the referrals out of them. We're not doing the job in our database, in our pipeline, to pull the referrals out of everybody in our pipeline. I guarantee I can ask every one of you to give me your pipeline right now, or give me your database, send it over to me. I'm just going to randomly pick, and you can give me your top 20 or 30%. I'm going to randomly pick them right here on this call, and I'm going to pick up my phone, and I'm going to call at least 10 of them. Okay. Randomly. And I'm going to say, "Hi, how you doing? My name is Rob Daniel. I'm doing a national survey, a real estate national survey. Who's your real estate agent?" And I'm calling your database. I'm asking you, could the people in your database say your name immediately? I could tell you right now, some of your mama wouldn't even say your name. I could call and your mama would answer, and they would say somebody else, the realtor right down the street. So all I'm saying,
gave a lead to somebody else.
Yeah, all I'm saying to you is, what is a lead to you? That's what I think a lead is. And if you buy into my thinking at all, then you got to believe that you got to start pouring in to the top of the funnel as many leads, as many people as you can that have phone numbers or email address. They don't have to both. I'm coaching a couple of people, just 2 or 3 people. And what I told them is I said, here's what, because they were saying, man, I'm just having problems right now getting leads. And I said, okay, here from 9 to 12 every morning, all we're going to do is get leads and appointments. And from 12 to whenever you go to bed, you're going to take care of those leads and appointments. So you want me to start tomorrow? Yes, I want you to start tomorrow, 9 to 12. Just all you'll do purposefully, whatever they are, leads and appointments. That's what you're going to get. Don't play around, get leads and appointments. Well, what about Thursday? Yep. 9 to 5 Thursday. 9 to 12 Thursday, leads and appointments. What about Friday? 9 to 12 leads and appointments. What about Monday? 9 to 12 leads and appointments. What about Tuesday? 9 to 12 leads and appointments. Could you imagine that if you did that from now to the end of the year, that all you did was purposefully go after leads and appointments from 9 to 12, what kind of business you would have by the end of the year after 12 o'clock? You would have so much business. Again, you would have to hire somebody. So that's my thinking about your pipeline. That's my thinking about your database. That's my thinking, just Rob Daniel, about all the leads that should come in. So if you buy on the premise, great. If you don't, great. But I'd love to hear your side of the story about leads and about your pipeline. And load the wagon, baby. That's what I say. Load the wagon. You will find the quality in the quantity. You will find the quality in the quantity. Now it's your turn. Give me your thoughts on what I have thrown out there. Just threw it at you. Now give me your thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent.
You know what they're doing? They're booking 9 to 12 in their calendar right now. There we go, Shane.
For me, it's anybody that's thinking about buying and selling, but also investing in real estate. So many times we forget about asking about the investment component of it, that we miss out on opportunities.
Well, and you're right about the investment opportunities, but also the referral opportunities, correct? Because again, if we are looking at leads, everybody could give us a referral, and everybody could, not everybody can invest, but you got to ask them about investing. I believe there's a whole lot of people that want to invest. That's why if you have a seminar on investing, or if you have a class on investing, that's why it fills up. If you have the right title, right? Buy your first buyer and buy your first investment property with no money down. Jeez, everybody and their mother's coming. Mm-hmm. Kristen, am I all wet? Am I all messed up?
No, I was just going to say that it would be impossible for you not to have a bigger database and more clients if you were putting that much time into lead generation.
Yeah.
And isn't that what we're supposed to do? Lead generate and lead follow-up, lead generate, lead follow-up, lead generate, lead follow-up. Because then you'll do the other 3. You'll have negotiations. You'll be on appointments. And of course, you'll need to role play and things if you need to, have some negotiating techniques, right? Somebody else, what about your pipeline? What do you think about your pipeline? Is it full enough? Is it big enough? Is it strong enough? Is your top 20% sitting in there? And go ahead. Somebody?
What I want to know from everyone too is, when we say your pipeline, I'm talking about also a pipeline report. Not just are you calling your database, but are you intentional when you call your database? And do you have a pipeline report of sorts so that you can keep up with those that are active now, that are looking in 60 days, 90 days, 120 days? Do you have an actual pipeline report so that you don't lose track of someone that's not ready now, and you're handling the now and you lose track of them? Does anyone have a report like that they keep, a tracker?
No, but I'm going to start one.
Hey, I can help you out with that.
There you go.
Awesome.
Paula says she can help you out. Anybody else have something on that pipeline like that? You have a pipeline report. Do you use your CRM real well? Do you use whatever CRM you're using? Do you use, are you using that well? This is your time to talk. This is your time to shine. So Tell me a little bit more about your pipeline or about your database or about what I have just said. Nothing else to say. So I would assume that you agree with me. Can I assume that? But you know what assume means. I do have a couple slides on that. If you don't know what it means, I can help you with that. Okay. But I would, okay. So let me throw out something else to all of you. Okay. I challenge every one of you between now and next week, whenever we come back, that you, if you want to write this down, you can write this down or we continue the recording, is this, that you identify your top 20% in your pipeline, in your database. You identify your top 20% in your database. Okay, identify them. Some of you don't have them identified right now, and you know the 80-20 rule. Everybody knows the 80-20 rule. And so identify your 20. Now, here's what I'm going to ask you. If it's over 100, if your 20% is over 100, and of course, if it's over 1,000, 500 people, if you have over 500 people in your database, then it's probably going to be over 100, your top 20%. Here's the second thing I'm going to ask. If you really want to do something for your business in 2024, by the way, 2024 begins November 16th. That's my belief again. November the 15th ends 2023 because, again, I think most everything, not everything, most everything will fall into January. If that is true and you go with that premise, then November the 16th is the beginning of 2024. Okay? So if that's the case, what I'd like for you to do is you break down your what your top 20% is. Now, let's say you have 100 there. Let's just say you do have 100. What I'd like for you to do is find the real 20% of the 100, the people that love you, like you, appreciate you, that might have been your past clients, those type of people. 20% of the 100 of the 20%. And then here's what I challenge you to do. Call every single one of them, get a conversation with them, and ask them if they will give you one closed referral in 2024. Just one closed referral in 2024. Now, if they love you, like you, trust you, that kind of stuff, I got to believe all of them will say yes. You'll know where you stand if they say no, okay? But if they all say yes, then you go one step further and say, do you mind if every couple of weeks I send you a reminder? Because I know how busy you are and I want to keep this at the top of your mind. Do you mind if every couple of weeks I send you a reminder about that referral? Guys, I got to believe that every one of you will double your business next year if you do that. Now, some of these are going to give you more than one referral. Some are not going to. I got to believe almost everyone will give you a referral. Now, if you got 1,000 people, okay, in your database, that's 200. That's 100 people right now that I'm talking about. That's the 10%. Well, you have 200. You have 200. That would be 40 people. Be 40 people that you say the same thing to. So again, all I'm saying to you is it's time to start working your database and your pipeline the way that it needs to be done. If you're ever going to get into that momentum, you got to load the wagon, baby. Load the wagon in your pipeline and just keep building it and building it, building. Let me tell you something. I can go to my phone probably right now and I can go to my Gmail account. Hang on, there it is. And I'm looking all down through here. Oh, there's Nike. Oh, there's Sperry. Oh, there's Microsoft Surface. All down. I get these all the time, probably 100 a day that somehow they got my email address or I gave them my email address. They understand the information age. They understand that their pipeline, they got to get everybody with an email address so that they can send something to them. You think you're bugging them all the time. Give them something of value. Give them something. I'll say this last thing here before I open it back up to you. I'll say this quote. I haven't ever heard it before. I've been saying it for about 20 years, 25 years, and I say this all the time. If you ever hear it or read it somewhere, please let me know and I'll give them credit. Okay? Give first, though. Ask second. See, have you been giving to your top 20%? Have you been giving to those people? I'm not talking about sending them a card and telling them to fall back here in November the 5th, okay? Fall back. Take your clocks. Fall back, everybody. Spring forward, everyone. Jeez, come on. Again,
Please
I
don't
got
email
you.
me that.
By the way, you need to go ahead and do that, right? But I'm talking about, again, give first, ask second, receive third. For if you ask before you give, you are taking. You know that's good. Come on. You know that's a great quote.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you, Paula.
welcome.
Give first, ask second, receive third. For if you ask before you give, you're taking. So what have you done lately for your pipeline? What have you done lately for your top 20%? What have you done lately for those people? Okay, your turn. You got about 2 minutes, 1 minute, 1 or 2 minutes, because I got to go right at the bottom of the hour because I got a AB class to teach. Somebody tell me your thoughts on what I have said here today. Any thoughts?
Well, I have a thought. I'm waiting to see if anyone's going to raise their hand, though.
I think as a former teacher, I'll give a suggestion. One of the things is when you ask a group of folks a question, nobody wants to like monopolize the time. So they're probably hesitant to ask for that reason. Like I got all kinds of things I want to say, but I don't want to monopolize the class. You know what I mean? So if you just like randomly,
okay, that's a great,
you'll probably get more results.
If what, Robert?
If you just randomly pick people and put them on the spot and make them answer your question, you'll get better results, I think.
Well, usually what I say is, come on, somebody speak 50 words or less. 50 words or less. Just give it to me short, give it to us short, 50 words or less. What did you think about what I said? Somebody speak up.
I need to get KV Core. I need to get better at KV Core and start working on the drip campaigns. I know that, and I need to do it. And I'm spending all my time managing current clients and not working on my pipeline. And it's going to screw me over in the long run. And I know it.
And I will say this to you.
With you, Robert. Sorry.
You agree?
I agree, Robert, that I need to work on my drip campaign as well. My biggest thing with KV Core is a lot of their templates are generic sounding and it doesn't sound like something that would come from me. So trying to take the time to go through and set up something that does sound like it's coming from me has been my biggest issue. And that's why I have not been doing drip campaigns.
Maybe we need to talk about that at another time, right? I mean, maybe that's another good mastermind is drip campaigns, right? And those type of things, because I guarantee you on here, Kristen, there's people that have answers for that. Okay, great topic, great everything. And listen, I wanted to give you just a couple of possible classes that you might like to come to next week. Speaking of pipeline, I am actually doing a class. I mean, make sure it's next week. I'm trying to get to it. Maybe it's not next week. Dang it. Yes, next week on the 11th. If you want to write this down, Keisha, if you want to put it over there in the chat. Next Wednesday, I'm doing a master class. I got 6 master classes I'm actually doing. And next week is database on Wednesday, the 11th at 11 o'clock Eastern. I'm going to be talking about your funnel. I'm going to be talking about what you are supposed to be doing with your top 20%, the kind of thinking you should be doing with them. And this is not a mastermind. It's a class that I have. Okay. So if you want to come and talk about those type of things, I think you'll get some real value. We have a AB class. We've been talking about this AB class that starts on the 24th. And Paula is the person that is really helping run this and get people hooked up into that. So Paula, if you want to put your phone number over there into the chat, listen, finish strong on the 24th. It's a 16-week program. 60 people just joined us, or 80 people just joined us in one that just started a week ago. And they get that they want to finish strong. You finish strong. So right there's her phone number. Text her, say, hey, give me some information about it. We're not saying sign up or get your card. She will, but I'm not. I'm just saying get some information, if you will. So again, if you want to be in that database class, that's absolutely great. Also, I was just looking to see if there was another class. Oh, one last one. I'm actually doing I'm not going to charge. I'm doing a free business planning class for 2 hours long. And it is on the 25th. And it begins at 10 a.m. Eastern and goes for a couple hours. And we'll make sure that you have your business ready for 2024. Only accepting 100 people. So if you want that, just say yes over there in the chat real quick and we will get you the information. Okay. All right. Thank you for being at this mastermind. I hope it triggered something in your mind. It did Robert and Kristen. So I hope it did the rest of you. And we'll be talking about momentum next week in the mastermind. So get ready for that. Listings and sales. Let's rock and roll this week. Talk to you soon.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Thank you.
And there's a bunch of yeses, Keisha. I see going up over there. Okay.
Yes, got it.
Okay.